DauT is back, and one of his opponents, one of the first ones we're going to see, is going to be up against Salami, who's ranked 30th in the world right now. And DauT, for comparison, is 228th already. Not too bad, actually. That's a respectable number. This is also a guy that's only played 8 games so far, so kind of mix and match on his way up. Only now just getting back in, and apparently he wants to qualify. He wants to qualify for Wololo twice over. He's not going to go for Age of Empires 1. It's only $50,000, and he would have to fly to Vietnam to qualify. But 2 would be good. After all, you can't let Viper have all the fun. Let's see if we're going to get a fun one here. Salami, of course, playing as his signature Civ, the Deli, someone we know him all too well for. But DauT going for the Mongols, it feels like something a bit outdated, no? Something we'd expect to see a while ago. Not so much these days, though. So, kind of curious to see what he can do with it. This is a Civ that a lot of people feel underwhelming right now. It is a little bit underpowered. Definitely a Civ that needs a little bit of juicing up. Has got a little bit of juicing up just around the corner. Remember the patch that's about to drop? One of the big things that's going to add in is the ability to Gur your heart out for free, because they will actually start the game with a packed up Gur as well. I think that's a pretty big booster there. It fixes a lot of the early game issues. You're saving 100 wood very early on, and it means that you're less seed reliant. Because I think if there's something we can say about the Portal Mongols that has really made them suffer for a long time, it's that there's no other Civ in the game that feels as screwed over by a bad spawn. Which sounds weird because you can just move, right? But if your stone and your gold and your wood are all heavily separated, your game feels royally screwed, especially because of that detail that you need to pay 100 wood for this guy. Salami, very early on into the spears. Like this choice, because you are up against the Mongols, there is a threat that they're going to be going for this spearman, but notice DauT is playing a very different style of Age of Empires 4. He went for the double pasture. We don't actually see the double pasture often these days in the Mongols, mainly because we don't often see the Mongols, but also because there's a lot more attention drawn to Feudal Age now, so people are less likely to rush up like this. Let's see if he gets punished for it. Straight away on the gold line. Whoopsie. Right now, DauT is going, what's going on? This doesn't make sense. Why? Deli, spit, rush, what? Why? Welcome to the new meta, my friend. He did at least get the gold required for the tech up, so he won't be fully vulnerable here. Meanwhile, the spearman will now wrap around. This is problematic because the Uvu could easily be torched down by a few spears here. You can see he'll just focus fire onto it. Goes to the Pashas instead. The Pashas are going to be forced to pack up and roll away. Repairs are coming out. More spearmen are not being built yet. The tech up also underway for Salami with the Dome of Faith. Very cheap investment so far. Only 2 spears, 2 scouts. Burning wood of DauT as he has to keep on repairing. They could be going for the Uvu. I feel like this is a bit of a missed opportunity because the Uvu could be sniped, the Pashas could not, because the repair can happen here. If you went for the Uvu, the villager would be out of range of the TC, and thus you could target him down. So maybe not the most ideal way for Salami to open this one up. But considering the Khan now only hits for a measly 3 damage, was hitting even lower before, it is at least idling him back in base while you get everything and anything elsewhere. Not to mention the fact that it's still forcing idle villager work in the meantime. So I don't mind it overall as a play. And you can see now the outpost going up, DauT. I've got bad news for you, buddy. I know you wanted it, but you can't have it. And behind this, look what's building up. The blacksmith gets prepped. Double mosque as well out of Salami. Interesting choice here. I think he just wants to get his Sacred Site control as quickly as possible. It's actually not a bad idea because what I think Salami's identified is, look at what DauT has done in this game. DauT has gone greed. He's now reacting with aggression and feudal, but he tried to be greedy first. And it means he's most likely to forfeit mid-map to try and rush his castle. And if he does that, a Delhi player can easily cap all 3 Sacred Sites. Especially when he does this early on with the outpost now being spammed up. Blocked out the gold, which prevents a tech up for DauT. Now forces him to engage with an early rage. You can see he's trying to move around on the north side for this gold, but this is very dangerous. He's going to be playing exceptionally far away from his base. And a few horsemen could exploit that. A few horsemen that will be coming very soon as Salami is already building into the stable. Something that has been ideated by DauT, but will be difficult for him to react to. I actually love the fact that Salami went for this Sacred Site first, by the way, as a boar here. So there's already justification. Like, if DauT is playing a kind of modernized version of the Mongols, one of the big things you can do is exploit the map by going for boars, especially next to Sacred Sites, to control them. You don't have that option anymore. But he's still trying for it as well, DauT. Shuffling around the archers now. Won't find the 2 villagers as they wobble on by. Now Horseman's starting to come out. The double production due to the efficiency. The Scholar banked inside. It'll be pretty quick. Salami. This is the way that you can actually utilize the Dome of Faith still. I still think there's a lot of value in going for a cheeky Tower of Victory every once in a while, but considering you mainly need Horsemen against this opponent, against this composition, makes more sense to just get the Dome of Faith and slowly escalate. Whereas if he was reliant on Spears and Archers, right now I'd be face-palming saying, why no Tower of Victory? Because it's Spears and Horsemen, it's a lot more acceptable. On the outpost. DauT, buddy. This feels doubly bad, right? We already highlighted the Feudal Age aggression that happens these days is maybe something that DauT isn't ready for because it's a recent addition. Something that's a less recent addition, but DauT would have missed out on because he's been so busy with Age of Empires 2, is the outpost spam. Outpost rushing through and through is very effective against opponents who do not expect it. And DauT did not expect this. Now he tries for his own. This is more about the Yam network more than anything else. He's trying to pin him in. You can see Salami is content and not pressured, though. Even goes for a second blacksmith to get his upgrades. Narrow slit soon to come through, so DauT will find himself without gold. Awkward as well, considering that DauT... Yep, I was about to say, he invested in a blacksmith, didn't he? Looking at the gold numbers, I feel like he was trying to get some tech early on. Means he's unlikely to be able to reach Castle Age. Horseman on the prowl, but not a fight DauT really wants to fully react to because his archers could get pinched. As the Horseman numbers continue to escalate fast here. There's a pack-up move where another villager going down. DauT unsure as to where he goes. I mean, where's your next gold? 2 got blocked off for the price of 1. Mwah. Chef's kiss for Salami. Another one up here. He has to go further out into the midfield, which is dangerous when you know your opponent has Horsemen. Outpost wraparound by DauT, but I feel like he's targeting the wrong place. Would have preferred he went south and tried to cut off the gold, but now, because he goes all the way north, a reaction comes in from the south side. One Horseman will be going down, but that should be it. The rest should be able to torch this down. Dog, why are you having a coffee break? Yeah, exactly. You thought I wouldn't notice. Outpost to be taken out. Can easily back away. Will engage for the moment here. Attack speed arrow by DauT making no sense. Remember that this only affects ranged units. And this ranged unit only does 3 damage. A one-sided affair here as he has to back away. Scouts now pushing in as well so they can start to torch down this outpost. You know more troops are coming. You know he's going to commit to it. The Scholar's now shuffling out. The timing might just be perfect for Salami to start taking Sacred Site control. Start getting that gold trickle. And heals just in time. Beautifully done. Spearman now starting to show up on the front line. Salami will have to peel back here. And the retreat will lose the scout. The rest should survive. The Scholars are protected by the fact they have piety. This might now force the transition into archery range. And there it is, double archery range. In fact, it looks like Salami already had the read. Probably got the info early on due to the scouting vision from the outposts. Hasn't scouted this out yet, though. Although he will due to the one nearby. Actually, look at this. DauT, my friend. I have my own doubts on whether this is going to work. I think that's just 3 villagers dead. Oh, God. The wolves are bad enough. The outpost as well, though. My, oh my. And I don't even think DauT realized that another outpost going up from Salami to guarantee gold block. And the whole point in this is that DauT can never reach Castle Age. Crafty little demon. Salami shivs out. He's going to fight. Remember, he's got the Scholar healing. He does not have textiles, though. This might be a mistake from Salami. But he feels like he's being pushed around for good reason. The outposts were crawling towards the wood line. So he'll commit the troops, he'll commit the villagers as well. Conscription underway. We'll have to back away. Scholars need to back out as well. It looks like the front line of DauT a little bit too strong. Archer count limited for Salami. A heavy hit to his eco. As DauT continues to try and crawl around, but bad news, my friend. You're getting no gold in this game. He's still looking for something. And you have to wonder, at what point would it have been worthwhile to pull all these new spearmen and torch down this outpost? Because this outpost still is not fortified this entire time. Feels like DauT could have been much further ahead if he'd done that. And Salami, sure, he made some sacrifices along the way. He pulled the villagers, lost a few, but let's keep in mind what's happening with these numbers up here. These numbers look fudged in favor of Salami. He's slowly been gathering up his gold. Hasn't really captured any sacred sites, but it hasn't stopped him from escalating towards a tech up. A tech up that will just blow DauT out of the water. Because he's so hard invested, because he has no way of teching up himself. It's just a double down. Now villagers moving out, looking to build more outposts. And the Gur packs up and moves away again. Salami says, I got 2 villagers out here. Time to get some gold. I noticed that he's stalled on production. Hasn't built more troops yet. But he will be building up. And as expected, House of Learning. The reason you go House of Learning here is you have no access to stone. Compound of the Defender would have made no sense due to the stone outcroppings being blocked. So instead, he's going to play off what he has been given. The hand has been dealt. And if the game escalates, lasts a little bit too long here, we're talking man-at-arms with honed blades. Something that DauT cannot beat. Especially as someone who's stuck in Castle Age, in Feudal Age. Castle Age is but a dream. Doesn't it feel kind of on point for Brand that DauT is denied Castle? Usually it's a different type, but that's kind of fit. And the head patters, man. The scholars. This is kind of the problem, is that DauT hasn't taken any economical gains, so eventually the scholar count surges up. And once it's a quantifiable mass, like double digits, right, you can just keep healing, out-healing all these low-damage budget units. And that's where DauT's got problems. Like, he only has 7 archers as well, so you can't snipe them down. Home Blades instantly starting to be researched, 5 minutes away, but in the meantime, Salami now ready to get the big boys out. 5 man-at-arms are going to be queued up. DauT. Buddy. You need gold. Find it somewhere, for the love of God, please. The only upside right now is he stops Salami from moving out of his base. He can't get relics or anything, but he will build these strong troops that will address you gradually. Static defenses, trying to hold. Just 2 man-at-arms, which are going to be forced to back up right now. Villagers need to be careful. They can't really do anything. DauT just trying to reach that Zerg mass to just body in and blow up everything. In closing, almost complete as he's wrapping around the outpost now, constructed on top of the gold vein. Limited resources for Salami. Yeah, he's got 700 in reserve, though, which means he can build a lot of man-at-arms. Does need to sort his housing criteria, though. Now, I mean, he has got the marketplace, but the amount of food you'd have to trade, or would stop him from pushing more troops. DauT's win condition now, he's in for penny for pound. He has to kill Salami. If he techs up, Salami's miles ahead. And that's why we now see the Rams. The problem is the breakout. Pristine from Salami. He goes out the other side onto the deer. Archer's here to defend with the man-at-arms as well. Shivs out everyone partying. I love this from Salami. He's so good at doing this at the moment. Utilizing villagers aggressively. He snipes out the Khan. He'll snipe out the villagers. It's a peasant rebellion. Salami says these are very disposable. Only 50 food each. Absolute bargain. And the Skulls will even heal up the damage done. Textiles for the win here. DauT now trying to react, but a chunk of troops lost like that for free. And now the man-at-arms line starting to increase is getting concerning for the Mongols. DauT backs up to deal with the horsemen, to clank them down with the swords before they can deal with the archers. Archers that otherwise will be healed up by the scholars, because they can out-heal the damage of the spears. I'm just trying to get through the defense in the meantime, but this is looking one-sided. This is looking pretty dunzo. DauT is going to lose the army. Archer ball too big. Man-at-arms ball too big. Outpost crawl too small. I can't believe I'm saying that. He basically has a full 360, or did. But it just doesn't feel relevant. The man-at-arms are completely unanswered. You needed a tech up, but DauT is nowhere near ready. He doubled down on this feudal timing, and as a result, is at a complete loss in this game. Peasant rebellion again. I've just got to give him to him. Salami every time with this. A lot of players wouldn't do this because of the idle time involved. But it's worth it to get rid of the threat, so you're free to gather. And he'll keep doing it. Like, this horseman run in, he's going to do it. The point is that at this stage in the game, having 75 health versus feudal age units is phenomenal. These horsemen hit for 9. Spearmen hit for 6. Sorry, 8. They're hardened. 5. Maybe that's 6 on the archers because he got the upgrade. It's just not good enough. especially when there's scholars in the mix as well. Now it's cleanup time. Salami finally able to start moving out. We'll set up the marketplace. Sacred Site's also being capped, so Gold Trickle is going to be coming his way to allow him to buy the food necessary to keep the war machine going. DauT, well, DauT is looking gone right now. It's kind of ridiculous, but like 8-man arms will clear up pretty much all these outposts. And if he puts them in the right position, he can probably just kill the archers as soon as they come out as well. Sacred Site decap at least underway, but keep in mind, it's not just about the Sacred Sites anymore. Salami, he's in Castle Age, which means he's getting those relics. The hard villager pool up to the north side. Hard onto the gold. Definitely not the ball. Can't do that as the deli. There you go. The archers did get surrounded, taken out. At this stage, you know, Salami can keep wrapping around. He can take out more outposts. So he can just back away. He has everything he needs. He'll probably play north side. Yep, there we go, into the wood up here. Doesn't have to waste time on these outposts. And DauT, exploring the garrison feature of the Rams. It's not as good as you'd think. Well, doesn't matter. Horseman's already down. More relics to be gathered up. And DauT, I mean, he's staying in this game, but I'm wondering what for. It looks like a loss. Unless you can build 5 Rams and go. But even then, like, how do you address the man-at-arms? How many men-at-arms do you think we've got in the field right now? I'm going to say 15. 17. And it's just escalating. He doesn't have the damage to take them out. Men-at-arms just going off the ram. They just don't care. They're just being tickled. Archers, even standing their ground, will at least be cleaned up. But the men-at-arms is the concern. And this is only half of what he has. And make no mistake, folks, these lads will win this fight. Completely. Even though they're being doubled up, it just doesn't matter. More troops coming in to finish them off. But are you really finishing them off? With their pokey sticks, their home blades, with their double blacksmith upgrade? I don't think so. Second wave's good enough. I mean, this is where you just call GG, to be honest. It's kind of been coming to this point, but the only way that DauT even thought for a moment he's still in this game is if Salami didn't have food. The moment Salami resolved his food issue, this was over. And now that he's been pushed back into his base, I think he's finally starting to see it. Credit to him, though, Salami. I mean, you know, DauT, it was a nice idea. The timing, the opportunity window for this was very small. He almost made it work if he could just block the food. But Salami, quick to have reserves. And DauT, I don't know what it is about this guy and things involving castles, but he can just never get them.